Welcome to a new lesson which is about to find the area of the trapezoid. And to find the area of trapezoid, we must be familiar first with the shape of the trapezoid. So the area of trapezoid, let us first discuss the shape of the trapezoid. So in every question you will see that the two lines that are parallel, okay, we call them the bases. These two lines are parallel. If we join them, there will be two non-parallel sides, this side and this side. So the red colored lines that are top and bottom, we call them the bases. So this is base 1, okay, and this one is base 2. We have two bases in that case. Why I'm saying these are two bases and why we are giving them different names, because their length is different. For example, if this is 2, this is more than the b1, so it means maybe this one will be 3. So whenever you have two bases and which these two bases are parallel, it means they will never intersect each other. But these two blue colored lines, if we move them forward, maybe at any point they will cross each other. For example, look at this one. If we move it down and also move it down, maybe at some point they will cross each other. So these two lines are not parallel to each other, right and left, the blue colored lines. So what is the definition of trapezoid? The two bases, we must have these two bases are parallel, and there should be one non-parallel sides. This one, a pair of non-parallel sides. This we call the trapezoid. Now to find the area of trapezoid, well, let us first discuss. There are actually two types of questions. First one is decompose each trapezoid to find its area, and the next questions are we can use directly the area relation and we can find its area. So let us first move to simple questions. That's question number 3 and 4, and then we will move to question 1 and 2 because these are different. We have to decompose them. Okay. So the question number 3 and 4. If we look at question number 3 and 4, we have given a shape which is different from the triangle, the parallelogram, and all the figures. It's a four-sided shape, but the only difference here is there is one base that is given. You can see this is a right angle, mean 90 degree, and this is a perpendicular side, which means this is height. Now we have two bases. This is one base here, and one base is on top. They are two different numbers, 5 and 7. So these two sides are parallel, which we call them the bases, and this one is height is given. Only one height is given. And to find the area of this trapezoid, we have the rules. Area equals to the two sides that are given. One base is given b1 plus we have given a second base, base 2 times we have only one height, so we will multiply it by height. After doing this one, we will divide it by 2. Now why we are dividing by 2? Because we have one triangle here. Okay, in that case. Okay, so let's move towards finding the area of this triangle. Now if you look at their base 1, this is base 1, which is 5, so we write 5 plus, now base 2 is on the top, this one 7, so we write 5 plus 7 in the bracket. Then we will multiply it by height. Height is given 6, so we write 6 here, divide by 2 will give us the area of trapezoid. Now 5 plus 7, first always we solve the bracket. Inside the bracket we have the number 5 plus 7, so 5 plus 7 will be 12. Because this is a bracket, it's obvious mean they are multiplying, so we will multiply it by 6, divide by 2. Now 12 multiplied by 6 will give to 72, and 72 divided by 2 will be 36. Okay. So after finding the area, we have the remaining unit area is always 2 dimensions, so we write inch power 2. Okay. So what is the rule for the trapezoid? So you will first look at the figure, find what type of shape is this? Is this parallelogram? Is this triangle? Is this trapezoid? So we look at this one. This is not a parallelogram. Okay, all the four sides are not parallel to each other. Then we look. This is not a triangle. It's a four-sided shape, and triangle is three-sided. This one is the four-sided, but we have given two bases and the two non-parallel sides. Right and left are two non-parallel sides. Okay. So we write the rule. You have to memorize this rule, and we just need to plug in the values, and we can find the area. Same we will do in this question. Area equal to. We have given two bases. One is 7 and one is below and one is on the top. So we write base 1 plus we write base 2. We have two bases. We will multiply them with the height, and height is also given. And after that, we will divide all of these things by 2. So now I'm directly writing the numbers base 1 plus base 2. This is base 1 down 7, and this one base up is 4. So 7 plus 4 is 11. I'm just writing this one is 7, this one is 4. So you can directly add them. 7 plus 4 is 11. Okay, so 11, and then we have the height which is 12. So we write here 12. In the bracket, or you can say they are multiplying, and divide by 2. If you multiply 11 by 12, you will get the answer is 132. You know how to multiply the two numbers, okay? And when you will divide them, this is number 2. When you divide 132 by 2, you know that in 13 there are how many 2s are in 13? 6, and we have the remaining 12 again 6. Then we will write its unit, which is centimeter power. So this is the area of trapezoid. So how we know that this is a trapezoid? We have two parallel sides, up and down. We have two bases, so we add them, base 1 plus base 2, and we have only one height. We multiply height and then divide by 2 to find the area of trapezoid. It's very simple. But question number 1 and question number 2 are a bit different from the given these two. Find the area mean you can use anything. You can decompose it. You can you can write the rule and you can find the area. But look at question number 1 and 2, and he mentioned here you don't need to use the area rule. You have to decompose the figure. And you can see that this figure is already decomposed. This inside is, this is written here 7, this is written here 7. What is the meaning of decompose? Decompose mean if you have given a parallelogram, a trapezoid, you can see this one is a trapezoid. You have these two up and down parallel sides, different length. And these two sides are non-parallel, right and left. They will cross each other when we move them down. So this is a trapezoid, we are sure about it. And we will not use here the rule. So how we are going to find the area for the given this trapezoid without writing the rule? So first we will find the area of the rectangles that is given in here. You can see this whole figure that is inside. This is a rectangle, and we know that the area of rectangle is length times width. We have 7 this one length, and we also have here width is also 7 for rectangle. So 7 times 7 is 49. We first write the area of the rectangle just, okay, and the area of rectangle we have feet power 2. We find it, okay, feet power 2. Now we will find the area of triangle. You can see we have two triangles that are given here. This one is a triangle. You can see. So to find the area of triangle, we will write that we are separately finding all the areas. We know that the area of triangle is base times height power 2. We are just talking about the right side figure. This one is the right. So in this case, the base is for this small figure. The base is 2. So we write base is 2, and you can see this is an angle of 90 degree, which is mean this perpendicular. So its height is 7. We multiply 2 by 7, and then divide by 2. Now 2 times 7 is 14, and 14 is divided by 2 will be 7. So 7 feet square. We find separately the area of this is feet power 2. we separately find the area of rectangle inside, and these two small triangle, one on the right angle, we find it 7 feet square. But if you look at the other side, there is another triangle, and it has the same base 2, and it has the same height 7. It means also the area for the second triangle will be 7. Now we will add all the areas that we find separately. First, we find the area of rectangle that is inside is 49. Then we find the area of triangle that is on the right side. This one is 7. But we, after looking at the figure, we find that the second triangle, which is on the left side, it is the same like the first triangle. So it means the area for the second one will also be same. Add all of these areas, you can find the total area of the trapezoid. So after adding all of them, 49 plus 7 is 56. 56 plus 7 is 63, and we have the unit that is feet, but because this is an area, so area is always 2 dimensions, so we write here feet power 2. This is the way how you can decompose the figure. This figure is already decomposed, we just separately find all the areas. Now let's move toward the interesting question, which is question number 1. You will see how we can decompose the figure and to find its area. Look at this one. This figure is again a trapezoid. We have 12 centimeter base, 9 centimeter base, and we have given just one height. We are not going to use the rule. We will decompose this figure, and how we decompose it, we will draw a line from one vertex of the base to the other base. Now this one, we are left with the, when we draw this line, we get a triangle. Okay, now we decompose this figure and we have to find its area. If you look at down, this base is 9, so we will discuss the same base before this triangle. This one base will be 9, but he's saying the total length including this the base of triangle, it's 12. So it means this is not 12, this will be 3. So the base for this rectangle is the same, top and down is 9, but the remaining this base for triangle, this small part is 3. We will do the same thing. We will first find the area of the rectangle, just, and we know that area of rectangle is this 9 down and 10 is the height. Same, 9 times 10, 9 times 10 will be 90, equals to 90. We first find the area of rectangle that is inside, which is centimeter, and we know that area is always power 2, and it's 2 dimensional. Now let us move towards the area of, we have just one triangle in this question, so let us move find the area of triangle. These small triangles on the right side is base time height power 2, over 2. Now base in this question, if you look at why I decompose this 12 into two numbers, this small base here, if you look at this is 3. So for triangle this is base, and for height is surely this is a perpendicular side, it's 10, the same as, so we multiply 3 times 10, height is 10, and divide by them by 2. So 3 times 10 is 30, 30 divided by 2 is 15. Okay, so this is 15 centimeter power 2. Okay, now we will write the total area. The total area is given as the area of rectangle first. This one side, it's look like a box, but it's a rectangle because one side is 9, one is 10, so it's rectangle. We find it's 90. Plus we have just one triangle. In this question we have just one triangle, and this one is 15. The area of triangle is 15. If we find the total one, it's 105 centimeter, which will be power 2. Okay, so this is how we can decompose the figure. Question 1 and question 2, we decompose them and we find the area. But question 3 and 4, we can use a rule to find its area. If it's mentioned, decompose the figure, then you will decompose like that, like question 1 and 2. If it's not mentioned, you can directly use the rule to find the area. Let us again use the rule to find the area for question number 5, 6, 7, and 8. He didn't mention here to decompose this figure. So we write area equal to, again, because this is a trapezoid, we will say base 1 plus base 2. We have two bases, and then multiply them by height. And we have, after multiplying and additions, we have divide power 2. Okay, now base in this case is we have two bases. If you look down, this is one base 300 kilometers, this is 475. If we add them, these two bases, I'm directly doing this one. So we have 775. Okay, multiplying, we have the height is given. This one is the height 400. Okay, after that we have to divide them by 2. Okay, now when you will multiply 775, there are actually different techniques to solve this problem without using the calculator. So in this question, you can either divide 400 by 2 and then you can multiply it. But as we are solving the same rule, so following the same rule, when you multiply it, this is 310 and we have 30. When you will multiply, you will get this one, and then you will divide it by 2. If you will divide it by 2, you will get 155,000. And when you will write this answer, you have to write the unit. The unit is kilometer, so area will be kilometer power 2. Now all other remaining questions, this 6 is same. You have, I'm just going to directly write the answer for this question. The same one, you have two bases, 18 and 36, and you have given the height 24. So first you will add there, 36 is one base, then the second base is 18. When you will add them, you will get that area equal to addition of two bases, 36 and 18 is 54. And we have the height, one height is given is 24. Then divide it by 2. When you multiply 54 by 24, you will get here 54 times 24. You will get 1296. You are familiar with how to multiply the two digits, and when you divide it by 2, you will get 648. So the area for this one is 648, but the unit is inch. So area is always 2 dimensional. We write here inch power 2. But keep on and watch this video because the question number 7 and 8 are different. So let's move towards the question number 7 and 8, and we have given here find the missing dimensions. Now we will use what we did last time for the parallelogram and for triangle. We will use the same thing here to find the area for the missing dimension. It's a trapezoid, so let me first write the rules. We have two bases, base 1 plus base 2, and we have height. After that, we are dividing it by 2. This is the rule to find the area of a trapezoid. Now if we look at the question number 7, we have given a area is 40, so we replace a by 40, equal sign. Then we have two bases, 12 plus 8. We have two bases. Then multiplying by height. Height is not given, so we just write height, but it's dividing by 2. Now here we will use what we discussed in terms 2. How we can separate the height, which in that case is h. How we can separate it, it will depend upon what the numbers are doing with h, their relation. So first look at number 2, it's dividing. So opposite of division is multiplication. It will multiply on the side, equals to 12 plus 8 is 20 and h. Still we didn't 40 times 2 will be 80, equals to 20 h. Still we can't we didn't separate the the height h. So if we want to separate this height, the number 20 is multiplying with the height, we will take it toward the other side. Opposite of multiplication is division, so it will divide here. So we can remove this number 20 from here. So height in this case, if you divide 80 by 20, it will be 4 equals to height. Now, if you divide it, you find it's 4, and height is only one dimension, so you can't write here the power 2 because it's one dimensional. Okay, we did the same thing. We write the rule and then we plug in the values and we use the information we already have how to separate the base here. Same we will do in this question. This is a trapezoid again. We have area, the rule for area first. Let us write first the rule base 1 plus base 2. Sorry, base 2 times height, and then we will divide it by number 2. Let us again plug in the values, and now I'm going to do it directly. Here, this question, what was the area of, okay, it means you don't have to do like that. You have to just plug in the values because area is missing. So now look at the bases. You have two bases, which one is 3, one is 1.5. So if you add 3 and 1.5, it will be 4.5. Okay, and height is 2. Okay, then divide by 2. Now there are two different techniques to find the answer here. If you can see the, maybe one student will say, I will first multiply 4.5 times 2 will equal to 9, and then again divide it, and you will get the answer 4.5. Maybe one student will say that the 2 is in the numerator and 2 is the denominators. They are actually dividing in the fraction, so we can cancel 2 by 2. Okay, same numbers. So we are left with only area, that is equals to 4.5, and feet is the unit. But this time, because area is two dimensional, so you will write feet power 2. Okay, so this is the way how we can find the area of trapezoid. You will first look at the figures, how many bases you have given. Is it sure that the two sides are non-parallel and two sides are parallel? After that, you will write the rule and you can find the answer as we did last time in all the lessons. Thank you for watching. I hope you will like it, and if you have any question, please send me a message. I will reply you. Thank you very much.